Hey, a very good evening to everybody. It's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or just a minute or two past. My name is Paul D'Souza, and tonight we are going to be doing our Wednesday night business presentation overview. So, if this is the first time that you're watching this business presentation, a very warm welcome to you. You're in the right place at the right time. So, here tonight, I've got three gentlemen. One of them is my business partner, Mr. Justin Clark. We're going to be hearing from him in a little bit. And then we have two special guests who are going to be telling you a little bit about themselves and how this company has absolutely changed their lives. So you know what? We're just going to get straight into it. Justin, how are you doing?
I am doing well, and good evening, everybody, and welcome. As you come on, let's go ahead and just say hello. Let us know where you're tuning in from, if you're seeing this live or on a replay. Oh, whoever's got that fan in the background, we gotta kill that. Oh, hey, that was me. I had a window open and it started playing. Well, there we go. We definitely are live now. That is confirmed on my own screen right over there. Okay, well, welcome everybody here this evening. We've had a night so far with some minor technical difficulties. That's why we were a couple minutes after. But we're here now. I see people showing up from all over the world to hear about the exciting news of what's going on with iCoinPro. And we have huge things coming. In fact, next Wednesday night, we are going to have an absolutely huge announcement. We're going to be talking about that tomorrow for everybody, so everybody's clued in on what's happening. But again, I want to welcome everybody here to this presentation. And there's a lot of excitement right now around iCoinPro, and it's for very, very good reason. And I want to just, first off, I'm going to back up for a second here. And I want to let everybody know who's new this evening, what is iCoinPro? And, you know, for those who aren't familiar with the company at all, and in a nutshell, we're a cryptocurrency training and education company and a software development company. We can teach you everything you need to know about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in a very simple, well laid out format. All right. You don't need to know anything about it. We cover every single thing that you need to know about this kind of brave new world. And in addition to that, we also take people by the hand and turn them into professional traders in these crypto markets. And I see Carlo, he's nodding his head because he knows he was one of those people in 2017. You're going to hear his story in a little bit about his trading journey. All right. So, you know, we cover everything from soup to nuts, as they say, from the beginning to the end. We've had people who are octogenarians come in who had never even heard of Bitcoin before iCoinPro and went through, learned about how cryptocurrency works, and became professional traders with our system. So that's what iCoinPro is in a nutshell. Now, who am I, Justin Clark? Well, I'll give you a quick rundown on my experience and how I ended up here. Paul's going to go into the company a little bit more in depth in a little bit. But I have been in affiliate marketing and network marketing now for almost a quarter of a century. Can you believe that, Paul? I mean, that's a long time. Hard to believe I've been alive that long. So yeah, obviously I started when I was 10 years old. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't. But, you know, you can tell by the gray and all this going on. It's funny, if you watch the trading videos, you'll see, you can tell when we recorded the video by how dark my hair is, right? So this company's been around for about 7 years now, but I've actually been in affiliate marketing and network marketing for almost 25 years. And I have seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I, like a lot of people, you know, got into this space because you wanted to find an alternative way to create kind of that dream lifestyle, right? That residual walk away income. And I've done it a couple times and then watched it fall apart. And I've seen that happen in network marketing, and I've seen that happen in affiliate marketing. Okay. I've had incomes where I was making tens of thousands of dollars of profit per month in affiliate marketing and seen that disappear with a single email. Right. So all of that experience and journey, it's been great. Obviously a tremendous, you know, financial success for myself, but, I came to a point where I was like, okay, you know, I'm tired of having these affiliate offers let me down. I'm tired of these network marketing companies jacking up their prices, selling these overpriced lotions, potions, and pills, and having these extremely ridiculous auto ships that really most people were not succeeding with. And so it was really disheartening, because when I got into network marketing, I got into it to help other people and help them succeed, and expand their life and their income. So all of that kind of came to a head in about 2017. And that is when I found Bitcoin and cryptocurrency through this gentleman right over here, Mr. Paul D'Souza. So he was the one who beat me over the head for several years. Like, man, you got to get involved in Bitcoin. Man, you got to get involved in Bitcoin. And I don't know about anybody else who's on here, but the first time I heard about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, I did not just line right up in the queue and sign up for it. I was hesitant. I was like, Paul, what are you talking about? What are you buying, bags of digital air? I was very, very skeptical of it. And fortunately, I wasn't too skeptical that Paul didn't eventually get through my thick skull with a message about how this was the future of currency and how it was going to be something really important in the world. So again, I've said this many times about Paul. He was the smartest guy in the room way before a lot of other people saw this. So in 2017, that was my moment, my light bulb moment, where I was like, oh man, Paul, we can trade this stuff. And I got enamored with trading. And for me, it was kind of the holy grail of online business opportunities or money making, because I finally found something that was totally under my control, right? I wasn't relying on a network marketing company. I wasn't relying on an affiliate company. I didn't even have to rely on anybody else but me and my mouse, okay, and my computer, okay? And I could make money by clicking my mouse and using my keyboard in these cryptocurrency markets. Now, I make it sound simple because it is now for people who know our system. But boy, I died about 1 million deaths to discover what we now have in this system with iCoinPro. And I lost a lot of money, and I made a lot of money, and I lost it again and made it again up until September of 2019. And that's when I perfected this system. And ever since then, it's been just Paul and I working together to create the software that we now have with iCoinPro, and the training to make this even more accessible, even more simple for our users, so that anybody can do it. Even somebody who's a saxophone player by profession, all right, who you're going to hear from tonight, the saxophone trader. I love it. So again, this is something that you do not have to be a financial guru. Okay. You do not have to have a background in Wall Street. I've had several people who've even said they're not even great at math. Okay. Like, you don't have to have that as part of, like, Carlos raising his hand. You don't have to have that as part of your background. We, through the tools, through the systems, through the community that iCoinPro has, we really take you by the hand and we help you step by step to learn how to do this. And what's great about it is it's not something that is just going to work, this month or next month or, just for a short period of time. We have battle tested this system in every market you could possibly imagine in crypto. Bull markets where everything's going up, everybody looks like a genius, and bear markets where everything just keeps going down and everybody's dying and companies are closing and all sorts of stuff. Paul, we've been through what, two bear markets now since we opened our doors. We've seen companies that were billion-dollar companies fail, okay? And we're still here. And not only here, but better than ever. So that's a little history on this company, my journey with it. And I'll tell you one other thing I want to share is I've seen in network marketing recently, there's a lot of concern with the online competition, right? We have now, if you're in network marketing companies, people are on eBay and Amazon selling the products cheaper for your network marketing company. You've got knockoff products being sold that are cheaper and have better reviews on eBay and Amazon. So all these product-based network marketing companies are just continuing to have more and more challenges. Any type of product-based online opportunity is. What's great about our company is everything that we own, everything that we have in iCoinPro, we own. All of the software, we own all the code. We don't have outside investors. We are 100% debt-free as a company, all right? So this is not something you're going to find, being repackaged, resold someplace else. Nobody else has what we have except for us. And like all those people in network marketing that are having challenges with their products being undersold or undercut on eBay and Amazon, you can't put this on eBay and Amazon, all right? So we have something that's truly unique, and I believe is possibly one of the greatest products ever to be put into network marketing, and I'll tell you why. It's a simple fact. Our product costs you $40, $50 per month if you're getting everything that we have to offer, okay? You can go out using this system as you build up your balance and literally do one trade and make that money, or twice that, or 3 times that, or sometimes 10 times that in a single trade using this system that's costing you $50 per month. And here's why I truly believe this is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, network marketing opportunities ever to exist. I don't think there's ever been a product like that in network marketing where people could make more than their monthly fee using the product without even having to refer anybody to the company. I think that's incredible. And again, you're also going to hear people have gone full time as traders using this system. So I know I'm talking about making your fee. People make multiples of that who are pro traders with this system. So we sell an income producing asset here as part of our company. Whereas almost every other network marketing company, they're selling what's called a liability. It's something that's costing you way more money, $100 a month, $200 a month. And if you don't recruit the world, guess what? You're negative $100, $200 every single month. Not at iCoinPro. You can just use the system and blow away what your monthly cost is just by trading with the system. So, all right, I would like to turn this over to my good friend, Paul D'Souza. And Paul, like I said many times, you were the smartest guy in the room way before everybody else. He's very humble about this, but he got Bitcoin and crypto. I don't know if you mind sharing your journey and what was your light bulb moment? And I always like to hear that part where you talk about that you didn't immediately jump on the Bitcoin bandwagon either. So it wasn't just me. Everybody has that initial reaction. And then also we have 2 great stories. I can't wait to hear what they have to share. So Paul, I'm going to turn the next part of the presentation over to you.
Thanks, Justin. Yeah, so I was initially introduced to Bitcoin in really what was the early days, around 2011. Someone tried to explain Bitcoin to me. Now, if you didn't get Bitcoin the first time, don't worry. I don't know a single person that did. And the way that it was explained to me, it really sounded weird. Use your computer on the internet, make money, mine. And it honestly sounded like what they wanted me to do was to play video games. Now, I don't know if many people know the game World of Warcraft. It's a massive MMO. In that game, people would mine gold in the game and then sell that gold to other players for real world money. So those players who wanted to upgrade their armor and their character and so on, they needed gold to do this. And that's what I thought. Use my computer, mine on the internet, and then that was my impression. And I was like, okay, like I'm not interested in that. And then in 2012, I was living in London, and I had a friend of mine that left South Africa as well, and he was moving to London, and he stayed with me for a week while moving, and we had a discussion about Bitcoin, and he explained it to me. He did explain it a lot better, but at that time, I had just started doing a lot more online affiliate work, and so maybe it was the wrong time, or maybe I wasn't ready for Bitcoin. But he did explain it, and it always, it would sit there in the back of my mind. And whenever I saw it come up in the news, I would sort of pay attention with half an ear. And back then, it wasn't really often when people would speak about it. I mean, back then there was nothing online, and it was it was a no man's land where crypto was concerned. So it wasn't something that was going to come across your desk every day. And then in 2015, I was living in the Philippines, in Manila, in the middle of Manila, a place called Eastwood City. And while I was there, I was still doing a lot of affiliate stuff, but I was also buying and selling internet advertising, and to people like Justin. And I used to use PayPal, and I tried to log into my PayPal account one morning, and I couldn't. So I looked at my emails, and there was an email from PayPal saying that they didn't understand my business model, so therefore they didn't want me as a customer. So they're freezing my account, and they froze my money with it. And I would only get access to my money 6 months later. Now, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but it was absolutely devastating to me and my business. I mean, how could I operate? I was in a foreign country. I didn't have the paperwork to be able to open up like a Payoneer or some type of a merchant account, and I was really in I was in a bad place. Then I remembered that this friend of mine had told me about and explained Bitcoin to me. So I reached out to him. His name's Daryl, and I said to him, "Listen, this Bitcoin thing, can I use it to send and receive money over the internet?" And he said to me, "It is money." So I said to him, "Okay, you just give it to me, like, explain it to me." So for 4 hours, he explained it to me, answered all my questions. This was over WhatsApp. And when he was done, my mind was completely blown. Like, I really understood it, and I saw what this thing was capable of doing. And one of the things that it answered right away was it addressed the problem that I had just faced with PayPal, in that it removes the power over your money and puts it back into your hands. It gives you sovereign control of your money. Yeah, Paul Gibbons from the UK, PayPal did the same thing to me and held my money for 6 months. It is probably a very, very unfair practice. But I mean, no one really goes through all the terms and conditions to find this out. You only find out really when it happens to you. And I was, like I said, I was flawed. And Bitcoin addressed that. It would take the control out of other people's hands, and you would be in control of your money. So I was super, super excited about that. And the other thing that I realized what Bitcoin could do was that it could help a lot of unbanked people. Now, being from South Africa, I can tell you Africa is a huge unbanked place. There's a lot of very rural areas throughout Africa where people from those places, and they could be super, super talented. Now, African art, curios, sculptors, painters, artists, and so on throughout Africa, it's known worldwide, and there's a huge market. But the only thing is that a lot of these people cannot sell their wares online because they cannot open up a bank account. They cannot open up a bank account because they cannot get birth records, birth certificate, or an ID, or whatever the case is, because of how rural their village is, or so on. And it would require them hours to travel to the nearest big city in order to get this done. Okay, Bitcoin addresses that too. It basically just allows you to be, all you need is a phone and a wallet, and you're in business, and people can send you money. That was the beauty of it. It would be peer-to-peer. And there were so many more things that I realized, holy wow, like this is going to change the world. And I just wanted to share this with anyone who was willing to listen. And if people were not willing to listen, like, I was ready to cable tie them to a chair and explain to them what this thing was going to be doing. And then Justin reached out to me, and he was like, "Listen, Paul, I need you to sell me some advertising." And I said to him, "No problem, but you got to pay me with Bitcoin." And he was like, "What's this Bitcoin thing?" "No, I'm not interested in that." Like, what he said earlier on was pretty much the truth. Like, he was he was negative. And I kept at it. I was like, "You really need to look at this." Luckily, another friend of ours mentioned it to him as well. So he was like, okay, right. So two good friends are talking to me about this. I guess I got to listen. And he did. So off he went to go and do a little bit of research. He came back to me and he was super, his eyes were wide. Hey, listen, you can trade this. I said, yeah, it's like a commodity. So he was like, I'm gonna figure out a way on how to trade this Bitcoin thing. So off he went. And he'd come back to me every couple of days and tell me, I've nearly got it. I've nearly got it. And in the interim, he was losing money. Like I've got no idea how much he lost, but I know he lost a lot of money trying to figure out how to trade this Bitcoin thing. And then one day he comes and he says, I've got it. I said, well, what have you got? He said, I found something that there's a very particular pattern. And when I see this pattern and I trade it, I cannot lose my trades. So he showed me, and we got super, super excited. Now, like I mentioned earlier, back then, really, like there was nothing online. There were no Bitcoin schools or crypto academies or anything like that. So we put our heads together and said, why don't we start a company that not only teaches people about crypto and Bitcoin and what it can do, but on the flip side, we can teach them how to trade this. Okay. And this is how iCoinPro was born. We started putting the pieces together 2016, 2017, we launched. And 7 years later, here we are rocking and rolling. We continuously been making changes and adding in new things. And at some point along the line, when we started out as being an educational company, and then we became a software company because we brought out something called the Trade Finder. Now, the Trade Finder is an amazing piece of software that actually does what the name suggests. It finds trades for you. And then along the line, we also then came out with something called our trading portal. And this just took things to another level. And we've made a bunch of changes to the company and to what we teach along the way, just offering more and more and more value. So if you are here watching this call tonight, it is a result of what we've been doing over the last 7 years that is now starting to resonate with people everywhere. Justin and I, from the word go, always had this dream that we could use this company to change 1 million lives. Like we want to touch 1 million people's lives through this company and empower people to be able to make money for themselves off the markets. And we are well on our way to doing that. And we want to share this with you. Now, I'm gonna bring out our guests. We've got two guests here tonight. The first gentleman, his name is Carlo Cruz. Now, Carlo has a brilliant story. This is part 2 of his story. If you want to hear the first part, we do have it'll be on one of the replays. It was last week where he explained the first part of his story. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to get him out here, and he's going to tell us the second part. Carlo is a very interesting person who basically found his ideal job through what we're doing here, and he's changed his life completely. Carlo, why don't you come on out, tell people a little bit about yourself, and then get into your story. Oh, hang on, I've muted you. There we go.
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, my internet's going in and out, so if I get cut off, I'm sorry. I'll try to get back as soon as possible. But yeah, my first part of the story was last week. I'd like to talk about the bigger picture now. I do want to mention when I did start, no financial background whatsoever. Like I'm one of those people that's not even good at math. Okay, just an ordinary person. Don't know anything about finance. I didn't even understand interest rates or anything until later in life. But I founded iCoinPro, and of course, I started studying it. Started earning money by trading. This part of my first story. Trading in the beginning, made money, got my money back, but it teaches you so much more. What I'd like to talk about today is the bigger picture. It's not just about crypto. What I've learned through my experience. I've been with this company since 2017, so that's about 7 years now, right? I can read pretty much any chart, even like gold, the housing market, stocks. It's all the same. I've even called out some gold prices in the past. Actually, I got one right here. It's a screenshot. This was back in August of 2019. this is when I called gold breaking 1370, and I said that there's a recession that's about to happen. All that stuff that I've been learning is I just put two and two together. Then that's what iCoinPro does. It gives you the education of the foundation, of what you need to learn to put things together, and you learn even more. So the recession, I didn't know what's gonna cause it, and it just so happened 2020, COVID hit, and everything went down, and Bitcoin went up. Where? I mean, not Bitcoin, gold went up where? At 2000, exactly where I said here in this post. It's crazy. I made another call recently. When gold breaks 2000, it's gonna go back up to it's gonna go up to 25. And guess where we're at gold right now? At 2500. Um, so it's just amazing, like the perspective, everything that I see now. I look at the world in a different way. Before, I always like, I'm not the most patient guy and everything, but now I look at the world in a different way. Perspective has changed, my mindset has changed. I'm more patient because of iCoinPro, because it does teach you how to be patient. There's always going to be a trade. Don't act like you're missing out. you know and now I look at things like in all percentages and probabilities. Everything to me now is percentage and probabilities. This is like statistic class on steroid. you know um yeah, at first you learn, right? Like think of it like riding a bike. At first you learn, you're starting out, like how I was trading. I had to think about what I was doing. But the more you do it, it becomes second nature. It becomes a part of you. It's become a part of me. It's like reading a book to me now. I can just read the charts. It's next level now. you know um the things I see in the charts, it's immediate, and a lot of the things I see, most people don't even see. I just see it. It's because over the years, the more you do it, the more you just see things differently. And also, even though I've done the training, I've mastered it, it's second nature. uh, I'm still a member because the software is top notch. You can't find it anywhere. It saves time. It finds the potential trades for you, gives you all the signals you need. And with this industry, time is money, and that software saves a lot of time. You know. Also, I actually talked to a lot of people, during my journey. A lot of them, I've spoke with some financial advisors. These people have licenses, right? They've spent thousands of dollars in their education, and also getting their series license, right? But yet I know stuff that they don't know. I mean, I've talked to them, they don't even know how to read charts. I'm like, you're a financial advisor, you don't even know how to read the stuff that I can read in the charts. It's crazy. Like I didn't know that, that they don't teach you that. So look at this iCoinPro. The way I look at it now, this is like the money university. It's something that they don't teach you in school. This is the money universe. It's something that they don't teach you when you're trying to become a financial advisor, actually. You know, and I like to look at myself as now I am one of the professor now in this money university, the company called iCoinPro, right? That's how I introduce myself now. I've come a long way from 2017 to now. That's why I like the way I introduce myself now. Is like, this is our company. I have a company. We can teach you. And if you become a member, sign up, I'm here for you. I'm one of the professors, pretty much, right? It's crazy, and it just brings out so much more opportunity in just trading and making money off of trading. I have a YouTube channel now. Like my social media following has grown. It's crazy. It's just so many different things you can do with this once you've mastered it, and it's just becomes second nature to you. Now that's it. That's all I wanted to share.
That is amazing. And I just want to jump in here, Carla, because like it's so great what you're sharing, because we have our 1 week course now to teach you the basics of how to trade these dips and get into profit and start trading them. But we have our part 3, which is kind of like, I call it our PhD, which you've obviously done all of that, where you get the
Yeah.
whole idea of how to look at the charts and look at the bigger picture of these markets and what's happening.
Mhm.
But again, it's all broken down in a very simple, way, so that anybody can get this. You don't have to have that financial background. And if you want to just get busy in 1 week, start trading, making money, absolutely. But then you can go farther. Okay. And that's what's so cool about what we have in our opportunity. I see Jason there. Yeah, he knows exactly. He's the same, So anyway, man, congrats. And that's so awesome what you're sharing tonight.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like while I've still got you on your collar, other than understanding markets and knowing how to trade, how has your life changed?
Oh, it's just the perspective I have in seeing the world. It's almost like I've entered a matrix, It's just like everything is just percentage and probabilities in my head now, and it just obviously more bright future. So what it is this has given the opportunity to leave a legacy. And it's not even just about me anymore. It's just leaving a legacy to my kids as well. Like the education, that the stuff that I can teach them that I've learned from here. It's not something that they'll ever learn in school. And I know that from experience. And they're set. They're going to be set for the future, because this is where the future is headed. It's cryptocurrency. Look at all the media. Look at the presidential election. Look at all the the business news and stuff. What they're talking about is blockchain and crypto. They're even talking about minting the stocks into the blockchain as NFTs, and you'll be able to trade stocks in the blockchain, right? This is the new world we're living in. It's either you're gonna get on board and get ahead, or get left behind. So
Yep.
No, absolutely. Connor, thanks for that. It was absolutely phenomenal. I hope everybody out there enjoyed that. I mean, I learned a couple of things today about Connor that I didn't know before, and he's absolutely right. Like the changes that are coming down the line will completely blow us away. I mean, a lot of people don't even realize that we can take something like real estate and put it on a blockchain, and we can take a house and divide it up into, say, 100 pieces, and each piece would be connected to like an NFT, which would be the title deed. And basically, you can have 100 people all owning a house. And this is going to help people that could never be able to get onto the property ladder, get onto the property ladder now. You could invest. Hey, I want a little piece of that house over there, and I want a little piece of another house somewhere else. It's not going to cost you a fortune. You don't need to buy the whole house. That is the type of stuff that's coming. It's super exciting stuff. But Colin, again, thank you so much for that. Now what I want to do is I want to bring up Clive. Clive is a saxophonist. Is that the correct word? And he's been trading with us for a long time. But I'm going to let him tell his story, how he got introduced to iCoinPro and how things have changed in his life. Come on out, Clive. Let us hear your story.
Right. Firstly, can you hear me okay? Because I'm actually on my phone, just using. Okay, yeah, cool. Right, so I was actually asked for the first time last week by Paul to come on and have a little chat. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, no, I can't do this. There's so many giants in iCoinPro that have motivated me every single Wednesday, midweek, hump day. It's just incredible. It's mind blowing. I'm literally standing on the shoulder of giants, people that have already paved the path, created a blueprint for me to follow. Now, I'll briefly tell you my story. I got introduced by my little brother, Ben Martin. Some people might know who Ben Martin is. He's a good fella. Earns a lot more money than me at the moment. And to be honest, I'm not going to invite anybody to a pity party, because there was a lot of personal challenges that I've actually had on my journey. Okay, I had to get rid of people that tried to keep me in a bucket, tried to destroy my dreams, tried to tell me it was impossible. People that didn't understand anything about crypto saying, what you're doing, it's a scam, it's this, it's that, the other. Do you know what I mean? So to anybody considering this journey to start off with, I definitely say, if you've got supportive people around you, great. If you haven't, don't tell them. Don't even talk about crypto. They won't understand it. You'll always get dream killers around. Okay? But my reasons for succeeding far outweigh all the negativity that I've actually faced. I'm totally soldiering on at the moment. But the biggest change for me was definitely this year when I actually said, you know what, Clive, stop being this lone soldier, go and eat some humble pie, get into the forum, get around people that are on the same journey as you, get around people that want to see you to do well, get around people and be the thickest person in the room, be the dumbest person in the room. That's how I felt last week when Paul said, come on, speak. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm not even, I haven't got a massive story to talk about. But you know what? The best thing about being the dumbest person in the room is you learn the most. Do you know what I mean? When you start investing into your education rather than chasing money, things start to happen. When you decide to become the best possible student that you possibly can, things start to happen. And I'm really excited about iCoinPro because, yes, I'm a saxophonist, I'm a DJ. I love going out, I love entertaining people, I love walking into a room, lifting up a vibe and leaving a room and leaving a vibe. And some people will notice this probably when I'm in the forum. I come in, I'm noisy, I'm excited every single day. When I wake up, the first thing I'm doing is I'm looking at my portal. The last thing I do before I go to sleep is I'm probably listening to Justin going over some training because I'm ramming that training in my head again and again and again and again. And the great thing about iCoinPro is, like, when you see a trade with the tools that we've actually got, you're going to see them moves before it becomes news, which is mental, before it even becomes news. So this is how my day goes. I wake up in the morning and I meet Justin around about 3 o'clock in my time in the afternoon. It's about 9 o'clock there. I walk into the forum. He's done a bit of TA for the morning. There's a few awesome guys in there that are actually sharing what they're watching. And with the training that I've learned, it's like, oh, yeah, I can see why Justin's watching that. I can see why Henrietta's watching that. Okay, thank you very much. Some of them days are dead easy because I'm just following what them guys have been watching, which is awesome. But then when Justin asked me to go and test drive this little baby, I don't know if you can see it, I bought this smartwatch. Wow, that's changed my whole world. Seriously changed my whole world because I'm out at partying at the weekend and I want to like be two people and stay at home and trade, right? But with these push notifications now that are being sent to the mobile and being pushed to my phone, to my watch, wow, I can, if I was a hodler right now, and I'm saying this on purpose because I see a lot of hodlers out on Twitter, I'm networking quite a lot, and the scary thing about hodling is most of these hodlers absolutely, they fail because they'll actually hold their crypto through big dumps, hoping that it's going to come back. Do you know what I mean? And if they had the basic skills that iCoinPro teaches, they'd have better entry points, they'd have better exit strategies. So if anybody out there is hodling crypto, gambling with crypto, think about the money you're spending on that junk food every single week. Because I know I can spend 10 quid on a KFC big meal with a piece of chicken, and that's my iCoin cost every single week. Every single week. It's amazing. There's nothing out there.
Oh, I think we lost Clive.
UK, but that was so awesome. He was really telling it from the heart. Thank you, Clive. If you're still out there listening, thanks for that. That was powerful. Like, that was so powerful. But yeah, I get it. People get annoyed if you're going to be waking them up at 2 o'clock in the morning because it is nearly 3 o'clock in the morning there in the UK. But right, listen, moving right along. Justin.
Yes.
I'm going to hand over to you because you can explain a little bit more about the business side of iCoinPro.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll see if Clive jumps back on here to wrap up what he was sharing, because that was awesome. I was actually getting some messages on how, people were just loving what he was sharing there. And you can tell his enthusiasm. And he's in the chat box every day, Clive, talking about what he's looking at, what he's trading, hitting his targets, what he wants to do for the day and everything like that. So hopefully we'll get him back on, but it is a challenge sometimes with doing these presentations, live. This time is good for me. It's good for Carlo, but honestly, Paul, it's late by you. It's late by other parts of the world, and we appreciate these. I see some people tuning in here that are in parts of the world where it is late, but they're here just to be around the flame that's burning, that's iCoinPro right now, and the excitement. And that's why we do this every week. So hopefully we'll get Clive back on here another time. Maybe we'll do a nice interview with him as well, Paul, so we can get that done. I want to just, wrap this up for everybody here tonight. Listen, this is a great company. This is a great group of people. There's so many different people, so many different lives that we've been able to impact now with this trading system, being around for 7 years. But what's interesting right now is, even though we are a 7-year-old company, we really feel like the new kid on the block, right? And that's because of 3 things that are going on right now. The first thing is we have our 1-week course, all right? So it's only 1 week now to learn to trade with this system profitably. All right. And that's part-time. If you want to just sit down and really go through it quickly, you can do it literally in 2 days. We've had people do the entire course in 2 days and be up and trading. All right. All right. The second thing is our technologies. Clive was mentioning that he was showing his watch. I'll show this here so everybody can see this. These are our push notifications. Let me tell you something. The last thing in the world that I want to do is sit there and look at 1,000 different crypto coins 24/7, trying to figure out when there's a money-making trade about to go down. Okay. Fortunately, we do not have to do that. All right. It comes through to our phone instantly in real time, exactly when there's a potential trade. All right. So the last thing in the world I want to do is be glued to my computer 24/7 trying to trade, and not having a life. All right. I'm all about going to the beach. Tonight I was at my son's soccer game. When trades happen, I'll trade them no matter where I am. If I'm at dinner and it's a killer trade, I'll pay for dinner, and a lot more sometimes. Gosh, I remember I've been at my son's soccer game one time and I hit a trade for like $800 while I was sitting there on the sideline. Okay. Again, please read the disclaimers. We're going to put up disclaimers here at the end of this because there is risk. You got to follow the system. All right. You got to follow the system. All right. And you'll learn it doing the course. So the last thing, and this is really kind of fascinating, is our power line driven matrix compensation plan. Now, fortunately, Paul and I, we have a good friend of ours who owns another company that used this matrix compensation plan with the power line to drive his company to over 1.2 million members worldwide. All right, 1.2 million. And he did it quickly. He broke all records. Well, fortunately, he was able to help us craft this new plan that we have. And it is tremendously exciting. And that brings me to tonight. Why is Wednesday night so important? Well, it's our cutoff. Tonight is the night where if you sign up by tonight, if everything we've laid out sounds super awesome and you are ready to get rocking, there's a huge incentive to do it right now. And that's the fact that we're going to build that matrix tomorrow, right? In that matrix, there's only 2 spots under everybody, and then 2 under them, 2 under them, and it fills based on the enroller tree and filling out that 2, 4, 8, etc. right? So as new people come in, they have to go under somebody who's already in. So to get your highest spot in the matrix and your best potential to have what's called spillover, which is people coming underneath of you that you could potentially earn on, you never know. You could sign up tonight and wake up tomorrow and you have somebody under you who's an absolute rock star, if they go to work and bring in hundreds or thousands of people, you could be earning hundreds or thousands of dollars just off of that work that person is doing. And that's what's so cool about this new compensation plan. So tonight is the night. If you want to get rocking, you want to sign up tonight so you can lock in your position, get the highest possible spot you can get in the matrix this evening. I am going to end with a quote from Wayne Gretzky. He said, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take." Well, don't lose before you even begin by not taking action and getting started. Take your shot, get started tonight, and it will be one decision that you will never regret. I want to welcome you to the iCoinPro family. Take care, everybody, and we'll be seeing you soon as part of iCoinPro. Good night.